Hi everyone, it's ILA MONICAL, Miss Reynolds County's Teen 2024, and welcome to the 8th episode of You Know Them, Not Their Story, featuring Ella Reynolds, Miss University of Arkansas's Teen 2023.
Hi,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm good. This is so exciting.
I know, I'm really excited too. So when I saw you online and
Uh-huh.
saw that you were Miss University of Arkansas's Teen, and then I saw
Yeah.
your CSI, and it was Your Story's Not Over, and
Uh,
my CSI is You Know Me, Not My Story, and you're thinking of doing like a podcast, and I already have one. I was like, we're like
yeah,
matching in heaven.
the same thing basically. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of just have to do this.
It's so exciting. No, I love this. I love this so much. I think it's so exciting, and it's crazy. I didn't realize our time zones were different too. I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, I felt so bad. Oh my goodness, because here I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm not gonna be able to have an interview with her today.
yeah.
Because yours is we scheduled for 4 my time and
Mhm.
3 your time. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, we're never gonna get this interview. But because oh my goodness, I don't know what is like in the air now, like what's online, but I've just not had any good luck trying to schedule like
Really?
episodes. I don't know what's going on.
I've had
I
like
think
people I've talked to and stuff like that. That's what I've done.
I think it's because like it's the holiday season and like everyone's busy right now.
Yeah,
That's
I
probably
agree.
why.
I agree.
Mhm. All right, let's get right into this. So tell
Okay.
me a little bit about your CSI.
So basically I started it based off like before I like really got into the Miss America system and stuff like that. I started it based off of one of my friends who passed away. She passed away when I was 13 and she committed suicide obviously because of my CSI whatever. So she passed away at 13 and that like it took me years. Like I grieved for years. Like it took me a long time to like even get it wrapped around my head that she was gone. And so whenever I started doing pageants, like obviously you have to have a platform and I was like I don't know. Like, I don't know what I like and stuff like that. And so I was like, well, like, basically she just like inspired it because like I wanted to do something for her and I wanted to do something and like keep her memory without like, expressing like her name or anything like that and like doing all that, but expressing like her through me. And so I just thought that was super important and a super big like opportunity for me to do. And it's just like something I'm so passionate about. And I swear I hear every day like someone else like our age has like committed suicide and I'm like, that's just awful and I can't and I hate it so much. So I've definitely done a lot of speaking. I spoke at so I'm from Arkansas and so Fayetteville, where the University of Arkansas is, I went and spoke at the suicide prevention walk. One of my friends, Jenna Jones, she kind of like does a lot for it because her father passed away from suicide. So I went up there and I spoke and did all these things. So it's like, it just makes me happy knowing that I can like have her speak through me and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is your story or what is your friend's story?
So her story is basically that she was bullied like all throughout middle school and all throughout her elementary school and things like that. And people knew, yet no one did anything about it. And that's what I think like really got me the most. And so I've also dealt with mental health issues. Like I've really bad anxiety and I've gone through really bad like eating disorders and things like that. And so I think that like just knowing that like I've been in a low place before, but knowing that she was in a lower place, like just like it made me want to talk about it, obviously. And her story is mainly that she didn't get the chance to speak, and so I mean that's what I want to do. So
Yeah, so you're kind of like the voice for the voiceless.
yes, the voice for the voices. That's perfect. Oh my gosh, new slip. I love that.
So why do you think these things happen to, our teenagers today? Because it's not just girls and young women. It's everybody that's going through this, especially the middle school through high school age. What do you think drives the motive behind it?
I definitely think social media, like 100%. Like honestly, like social media is such a good thing, but it's such a bad thing. Like personally, like even in like relationships, like things like that, like it can ruin relationships. Like you see all the time, like on TikTok and on Instagram and on Snapchat, people are like posting like my boyfriend cheated on me, my girlfriend cheated on me, like so and so did this, so and so did that. It's like things spread like wildfire because people like to talk about it for no reason. I mean, and that's what makes me so mad. It's like you'll go through something personal and then it just gets like spread across social media. So I think that's one of the main issues with suicide, and I think that's why like I am so passionate about it, not because of my friend, but because like I love social media, but I hate it so much at the same time because it's so beneficial, but it's like so negative. And I just like if I could do something to restrict it, I mean I would. And that's like what I talked about a little bit at Miss Arkansas, that I was like, if I could find some like restrictions with parents and like just find something to do to help like teenagers like just like go through social media and not like cry because they're getting bullied or they're getting hate comments or they're like posting something that they think they look cute in and then someone makes fun of it and screenshots it. Just like things like that could, like help and bring down all those things. So
Yeah, social media is just a huge gray area, I feel like. Um,
it
because you see
is.
so much, some of my posts are kind of about like body positivity. You see that a lot on social media, and then you see people absolutely destroying these influencers that are all about body positivity.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, it's such a weird mix. They kind of just really clash together. Um,
Hmm.
and I just wish that there was some type of social media where it's just all positive. But I know that in a perfect world, even in a perfect world, that still would not happen. And it's sad to think about, but I mean, it's what happens. It's life.
I
That's just
know.
always going to be the outcome. Um,
Mhm.
which is it's sad to hear. It's sad to talk about, but unfortunately, that's how it goes. Can't really
That
do anything about it.
makes me so mad because I'm like, I just like I'm like, why use it in such a negative way? Like personally, like not only like being in like the Miss America system, but like on like my like dance team in my high school and like my church leadership team, like I would never post something derogatory towards another person to where like they're gonna even think about suicide.
Yeah,
Like I feel like that is a whole new low for
yeah,
somebody. Just like
absolutely.
it baffles me that people post stuff like that. But I mean, it's not like it's not something we can control all the time. I mean, sometimes, but not all the time.
So, how have you made a difference within your CSI?
So not only so I spoke at the suicide prevention walk, and that was big. That was a big thing for me. But I think I'm trying to think if it was before or after. I think it was after, a little bit after. I think it was in May of last year, like right kind of after I got my title and right before Miss Arkansas. I went and spoke at my old elementary school, which is where me and my friend met. And so like it was not only special to me, but it was special to her family in a way because her little brother goes to school there. So I completely forgot because I thought he had been at home, like dealing with it. Like I did not think he was back at school yet. So I went and I spoke. Sorry, oh my god, my phone went off. Okay. So I went and I spoke at my elementary school, not knowing that her brother was there because I had completely forgotten. And I went and I spoke and I talked about her a little bit. And because I'd known her my whole life up until eighth grade going into my freshman year. And so I talked about her and I talked about all the things that we'd gone through together. And like that's one of the reasons why I started to dance and why that's my talent was because of her. Because me and her did dance together my whole life. And so whenever I started speaking, I like kind of told her story. I was like, why I'm doing this, like why I want to prevent suicide and all the things, not knowing her brother was in the audience. And then after I had the principal come up to me and said, you made lives change today. Like she told me, she was like, you made her brother smile for the first time. Like I saw him be so happy because you had mentioned his sister. And then I had one of my old teachers come up to me and she was like right after everything was over, I was on my like I was getting my car like about to leave, and she come up to me and she was like, I want you to do this a lot more. She was like, you need to come once a year, you need to come several times a year. Like she was like, I do not care, you need to come back because you are amazing. And she just like said this whole thing and it like warmed my heart so much that I could help her. And she had told me that her son was going through some mental battles himself. And so she wanted me to meet him and go to lunch with them. So I had gone to lunch with her and her son. And like, I mean, I definitely could see like how happy she was that I could impact someone my age that like I didn't even know was struggling. I didn't even know who he was. And then I met him, just try to help him as much as I can. So it was the fact that I could help a whole nother family out that was dealing with it as a whole. So,
Yeah, I remember the night after I got crowned.
hmm.
There was a competition right after it.
Yep.
So there were back-to-back competitions, and that was basically my first appearance as Miss Randolph County's teen.
Uh-huh.
And I just remember after the competition, one of the girls who was competing that night came up to me. I was about to leave, because I was starving. I needed some McDonald's. I will say that. And she came up to me, and all I hear is Isla, 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 and I'm like, who is calling my name right now? And she just says, I've been following you since you started your whole journey in MAO, and like when you started, being on my story, like I've been watching you for so long, like I'm so happy for you. And when I tell you, after I got into the car, I literally started bawling my eyes out because I I knew that I knew I was gonna reach some people, but I
Yeah.
never knew that I would actually meet someone that I had.
Exactly. And it's the best feeling. I
Yeah.
mean, like, I can't, like, you know how that feels, obviously. So, like, that is, like, honestly not before I even started doing pageants and when I won, like, when I, like, first got in the Miss America system, which was this year, and I won Miss Universe Arkansas scene, I mean, like, I swear it has changed my life completely. Like, the amount of people that I have not talked to in years who will text me or call me, or I'll see at Target or I'll see at Walmart or something. They'll come up to me and they'll be like, oh my gosh, like you are doing amazing, like so and so and so. And it makes, I mean, it may make my ego go up, but I mean, it makes me feel so good. And it makes me feel like I'm here for a purpose and I'm doing all this for a purpose. So,
Yeah.
it,
So, who or what inspired you to get into the Miss America system?
so it's actually a funny story. So, my best friend, Liliana, she, every single pageant title, like she's competed for, I basically went after. So, she's my best friend. She's been my best friend for 4 years, and I've like watched her, like, kind of like, so whenever me and her became friends, it was like freshman year, sort of. So, as she's gone into the high school, like, teen Miss America, I've seen her do that, and I've always admired her, and it's like crazy how much I admire her because I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's so cool, like a pageant girl, like I love it, like that's like totally me, but I could never do it, and so I went and I competed at a local county pageant and I won it. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, like you have to do Miss America now. You have to do Miss America now." So I went and I competed at the same one. She competed for another one. I'm trying to think of which one it was. I think it was Miss Western Arkansas. She competed and she won that title last year. And I competed against her, so I could just kind of see the ropes, see how everything went. And I got second runner up in my first Miss Arkansas like pageant, and it was like I was like, "Whoa!" Like I didn't realize I was like actually good. Like I didn't realize I could do it because I was like to me, like, I didn't think I was good enough to be like what you call a pageant girl. But like, it's so much more than a pageant girl. It's going through the motions and like being passionate about what you're doing. And so after I got in second runner up, I was like on a high. I was like on a whole new high, like for my life. And so I had my director come up to me, like my current director, and she was like, "You have to compete for Miss U of A and Miss Northwood." And I was like, I don't know, like this is just kind of like out to see the ropes, and like I don't know. And then she was like, "No, you're going to." You're gonna win. And she told me that. And I didn't think she was serious. And so I come back and I compete the next I think it was Sunday. I compete the next Sunday and I won. And I was so shocked. I was like so I cried like and everything because that was my best friend's current title that she just given up and she's giving it to me. Like my best friend got to crown me. And so that was just so special for me and it meant so much to me. And I mean, I cannot explain to you what the Miss America system has done for me so far and what she has and what everyone has. Like it's crazy how much this organization does.
All right, well, I think that's it.
Hey, well, oh my gosh, it was so fun to talk to you.
It's
I love
really fun
this. Of
talking to you too. Thank you so much for coming on. Uh,
course.
just, congratulations on your reign. Uh,
Thank you.
I just, I don't know you that well, but I just know that you did a good job.
Thank you.
Based on what you told me, I just know. I have intuition. It's Queen's intuition, actually.
Like, wait, I understand that.
So. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for
Hopefully
having
we'll see you with a new title soon.
I hope so. Fingers crossed. And good luck at Miss North Carolina. You'll do amazing. If you ever need anything, text me, call me. I sent you my number. Like you, I will do anything. I will literally fly up there to come watch you. I don't care. Like literally tell me. I bet you'll do so good. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.